Okay, so we're going to show you now how to take the front wheel off one of these e-bikes. You need to disconnect the brakes from the wheel first. These brakes have a lever which needs to come down. It can be quite stiff, but it just pulls down and releases like that. The brake should then just lift off of the housing like that. That's your brake disconnected. The next part that you need to do is to disconnect the lights. These lights are connected in at the wheel, so there's a little part in here that connects in, and you simply pull that out. If the brakes have been, if the lights have been connected properly, they should just slip out like that. Okay, the next part. Now these bikes all have a quick release, which make it much more straightforward for you to take the wheel off. You simply use the lever, might need to give it a bit of a push as well. Open that up, and the nut on the other side unscrews. You don't want to unscrew it the whole way, just enough that it's going to lift away. Let's just check it. Not quite, a little bit more. There we are, and the wheel is away from the dropouts. Just showing you how to put this front wheel back on. You might have had it off to get the e-bike into your car. So simply holding it with the quick release on the same side as the loose part of the brake. So if the wheel was that way round, that would be the wrong way round. For these ones, it's this way. Now you might need a wee extra pair of hands for this. The wheels should just slot into these parts called the dropouts. Make sure that they're definitely seated in properly. Now we're going to use the quick release lever just to test how loose it is. At the moment it's very loose. I'm going to leave that open, and I'm going to tighten up on the other side. And every now and then I'm just going to close this and check how tight it's gotten. That's too tight. So I want it to be quite difficult for me to close, but not too difficult. Ultimately I need to be able to get it back off again, so there's no point making it too tight. I want the lever to sit in flush like this so that it can't catch on anything, not against the actual post, because if you put it against the actual post you potentially can't close the lever fully. So nice and snug and safe in here, right in front is this. Okay. Next part, you want to reconnect your lights. This is nice and straightforward. There's a little plug here that connects in like so. They should just slot in. And then you want to reconnect your brakes, the most important part really. Now these brakes have a top section, and that's the part you really want to house first. It goes into this hole at the top here. This part at the bottom of the brakes slides up and down, and you can adjust that to make sure that this screw here will slot through that. Hopefully that will be clear. So I'm making sure that the top part has gone in first, and I'm adjusting the height of this bottom part to make sure that the screw has slotted in. And now I can just tighten that back up. Again, it might be quite stiff, but you have to just push it the full way up till it's closed. Then, just as a quick safety check, you want to make sure that your brakes are actually working. So this is the front brake lever here. Just give it a pull, make sure that they're coming on. You can see them moving nicely there. You might even want to give the wheel a spin. Yeah, they're closing. And you can see when I've spun the wheel there that the lights are working again. They're definitely reconnected properly.